A city set on a mountain cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and then put it under a bushel basket. It is set on a lampstand where it gives light to all in the house. Just so, your light must shine before others, so that they may see your good deeds and glorify your heavenly Father. When I read that this week, it reminded me of the picture that we saw last Sunday when we had the video. And it reminded me of St. Anne's, a church set on a hill with light streaming from it from the inside out. But in 1978, this church did not yet exist. It was a vision of the Archdiocese of Atlanta, Archbishop Donnellan, and our first pastor, Father Tom Carroll. You see, they saw the 4 acres of a horse farm being transformed into the church, into the community that would radiate Christ's reconciling love, in the community life that would develop and that would grow and that would be attractive and inviting and nourishing for living lives in God's Spirit, and in the faith that would be formed here and nurtured and shared so that it could grow stronger and stronger each day as a sign for the world. And in the service and ministry that it would be carried out here to bring help and hope to all to whom Christ would send into its life. And that vision caught on. And through the sacrificial investment of time and talent, and yes, treasure, from the first generation of founding members, this community of caring took shape. And after a first capital campaign in 1981, this church on this hill was built, and the community grew from small numbers to hundreds of families, from strength to strength in faith. And in 1983, through the generous investment of parishioner treasure, a balcony was added to the church to house the numbers of people who are now coming to worship. And the Carroll Center and Nolan Hall were built in order that the growing community would have sacred space to celebrate the life that it had together, and to minister and care for the spiritual and bodily health of its members and for its neighbors in need. And then the community grew in the 80s and 90s, over the years, to thousands of families. Ministry life flourished. A very vibrant and attractive youth program developed through Life Teen. And more space was seen to be needed to educate our children and our adults in the faith. And through the caring investment of the treasure of this community, new classrooms were built and a preschool was formed. In 2000, with your loving financial commitments, we purchased 4 acres of land just to the right of me to help expand the parking area to help accommodate the thousands who were coming on a daily and weekly basis for worship and education, for ministry, and for community life. Each generation of St. Anne's members has been aware of and building for not only the present moment, but for the benefit of future generations of parishioners. In 2008, through another grace-filled capital campaign, the church we worship in today was renovated and a narthex created to give our community's worship space a renewed beauty and a place to gather and to share our lives together, to welcome those who come more effectively and faithfully. And that brings us to today. You see, that same vision that began in 1978 still energizes this community to be what we claim to be, a La Salette parish dedicated to reconciliation in word, in works, in worship, and in sacrament. To be a place of welcome, of learning, and of discipleship. Our community has grown to over 4,600 registered families, and space is needed for our life and our mission to be lived out, for our light to continue to shine forth from this hill of hope, first begun in 1978. So I'm asking now all families of St. Anne's, as much as is financially possible, to continue this tradition of investing in not only the present moment, but for future generations. Just as you have shared in the loving investment of the generations of St. Anne's parishioners who have come before you, and I sincerely thank that generation for its sacrifices. And as part now of the generation that still wants to keep the life and the life-giving vision of our parish flourishing and active, I ask you, with a heart filled with pride and gratitude for all that has been accomplished so far, to prayerfully consider pledging today to our Opening the Doors of Tomorrow campaign, to help our light shine brighter, our community life to continue to energize and lift up hearts, our formation in faith to further strengthen, no matter what age we are, our discipleship in ministry and service, as we all seek together to create more sacred space for our mission, really for Christ's mission of reconciling love to shine through us, but by our works to give glory to our Heavenly Father.